Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. Well, we have been so patient about gold giving us a pullback, and now we are there. We're finally getting that pullback, and I think just in time in the last video and the video before we talked about a 1-2-1-2 setup, that we could get a deeper pullback if we now struggle to get above this pivot point, and we failed. We broke down completely. So this is then this 1-2 setup that we talked about in more detail in not the last video, because the last video still showed no change, but the video before made you aware about this 1-2 setup. So we're getting this pullback. The question we need to talk about in this video is how deep is this pullback going to be? Now the good news is, we eventually get finally our pullback that we've been waiting for, and I have to take out this count, which was the direct breakout account. But as you know, we were here at a key pivot point that was basically therefore the decision between direct continuation to the upside or having here enough waves in place that we can get this 1-2-1-2 setup, and that's exactly what we're looking out for now. So I'm gonna add this additional 1-2 setup here, and then we can talk about what that might mean. So first of all, having another 1-2 setup would first of all be a very bullish setup, because it means that we will eventually need, of this 1-2 we need the 3-4-5, and then also of this 1-2 we will need a 3-4-5 to finish off this third wave, the fourth and the fifth. So so let's just take a look at that. Because I'm quite happy it's giving us this pullback, because it was getting quite, doing something and continuing to 2000 and beyond without a deep pullback is problematic. It will then risk to run out of steam fairly quickly, but luckily we're getting this now. So I think this is sort of what we should be getting now. This wave 1 to the upside, now this wave 2 here. So we had enough waves here to count it as wave 1. Explained that to you again, like last week that was. And now the way I would count this, if I zoom in a little bit, just need to think, where do I put the... So the wave 1 would need to sit here. And then I have two counts for you now. So the first one is that this was an A wave, this was an overshooting B wave, very clear in 3 waves. And we're now coming down in wave C. So let's identify the key support area for this C wave. We can do that by taking the height of the first wave, and then we measure now to the low, and we get the Fibonacci supports, and we have a high likelihood support area here between 1867 and 1819. Below 1819, this pattern is probably not going to work out. At the moment, in my opinion, it's likely, because we are now oversold as well on the 4-hour chart. Looks like as if we have a 1, a small 2, maybe here the wave 3 currently, and we might get a 4 and a 5 to finish off this C wave somewhere in this area here. And again, that's between the 78.6 fib and the 50% fib, between 1819 and 1867, 1868. With one of the ideal targets, the 61.8 retracement here in the middle, basically at 1848. So one of these fib levels should give us support. What happens if we break below 1819? So this count will, strictly speaking, not be invalidated until we break below 1783. But experience tells us that should we break below the 78.6 fib, we are probably not going to have this as a 1-2 setup, 1-2-1-2. I would then have to assume that all of this was a wave 1 already, and we're coming down in a larger wave 2. So should we break below 1819, this is a key support. I will give you an alternative support area that will go down lower, all the way down to 1695, but we're not there yet. And then, of course, the risk with this is that this was just a 3-wave move up, A, B, C, and we're going to fail holding support. But that's exactly what I told you, that the key the determining factor if we are really in a bull run or not, will be exactly this now, the wave 2 support. We've been waiting for it a long time, and this is now key. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have one complete impulse. It's only a 1-2-1-2 setup, but every wave 2 is going to help us now. Yeah, if we hold this now, that will help us. If that fails, we have one more chance at, what did I say, 16.95, I think. And that's really the decisive factor if we're getting back into a bull run. If we drop below 16.95 eventually, it will probably mean that we only topped in 3 waves and we're heading back and continue the bear market. Yeah, that's the update about gold. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.